Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, May 22nd. It is week 2 of the veggie garden tour. As you can see, I got some mulch down, so things are looking different. I've got most all of the cut flowers planted, and I think I'm at the point where I just need kind of wait for Memorial Day so I can put tomatoes out. So I think we're past any chance of a last frost, but I need to be a little bit warmer before I bring the tomatoes and the basil out at night. So let's take a look and see how everything's doing. This off. Caladiums are coming up beautifully. I did add a little bit more seed out here, but honestly, especially out in this row, these are largely just from seed last year. I pulled this out. I planted all of my glads that I have saved over. I'm not 100% certain on them. They seemed a little dry, but we'll see how they come up. I plant my glads the same way I do potatoes. So I pull all the dirt out, put them down in, cover them flush, and then I wait till they're about probably 3 to 4 inches tall, and I'll pull all of that dirt back in and kind of hill them. In a normal, like in your flower bed, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people will stake them, but I don't do any kind of staking with them. I actually talked with a woman that grows thousands of glads, and she belongs to the New York State Glad Association and all this. I think she grows about 10,000 glads every year, and what she does is she plants them like 2 or 3 in a row, kind of like this, and then she rototills and hills them in twice, and then they don't fall over for her. So I tried this last year and it worked really, really well. This gives me something to hill them in, and then they don't fall over, and I don't have to stake them or net them or anything like that. So we'll see how it does, but I've had success with it so far. Need to pull the tops off of the jugs. Still need to do that. This next row over here, there's a bunch of baby glads coming up because I've had glads here for forever, but you can see the zinnia seeds are starting to come up. So I have mixed ones over there. These are some that I saved from seed myself last year. And then I believe I have the blush lime, the blush orange, and the blush red. Those are all the colors for the blush. And I believe a giant salmon. Benary's giant salmon, I believe, is the other one that I have in here. So we'll see how they all start to come up. From that point on was just planted, and then these were planted I think Wednesday, and yesterday those were not peeking out. So actually last night those up there just showed up, and I had watered them earlier during the day and didn't see anything here. So they're coming up strong. Now I just have to hope that the flea beetles don't go after them. This section here is another row of glads. And then this is empty yet because I'm going to put, again, zinnias here. I have a little spot at the end of this zinnia row that I'm going to put my bells of Ireland. Then I have the tomato beds. Those are still empty. Plan is to fill them next weekend. And then I have everything mulched with straw, which I'm so glad. I think it looks so good. We've had some strong winds and everything hasn't totally taken off, so I think we'll be good. I don't think anything will completely pull all of the straw out of here. So I have some kohlrabi, and then my onions are coming up in the straw. So they're all poking their way up through. The biggest thing with putting the straw down is I had to go through and make sure I could wiggle as many of them through as possible so that the straw didn't smother them out. Then I have my peas, and the peas that I replanted, those are starting to look pretty good, so they're just starting to poke through. See if there's any more. There's another couple babies. Same here. Starting to come in, so hopefully they come in thick and we don't have any problems. Radishes looking really good. Still need to be thinned. I am noticing a little bit of damage on the radishes, like right here. I found a caterpillar yesterday morning. Not sure what kind of caterpillar, but I squished it. And then I had brought some diatomaceous earth out, but I'm gonna have to bring out some more from the rain. I have some beets coming up, but flea beetles or something have been eating the leaves off of them. This is the problem I had with everything last year. Everything lost its little leaves. As soon as it would come out like this, something would eat it. I've heard flea beetles really like radishes, and that's what they'll come after, so I don't know if that's the problem. I don't see any caterpillars on this one, but I'll have to get out some diatomaceous earth and make sure that I spray those down. Or powder those, I guess it's not really a spray. Then garlic looks about the same. And then I have all of my snapdragons in the ground. So I forget how many. I have 4 trays, 472 plug trays of snapdragons. And I have whites, mixed, reds, yellows, apple blossom, I think. I think those are all the varieties that I have. So, all looking pretty good. Have been out here in some rain and some wind, and everything looks like it stood up pretty well. So, I just have one variety that looks kind of sickly. We'll see if it pulls through. I think it will. I think it just needs some time. These are all yellows and whites, and they look awesome. These are probably the best snapdragon seedlings I've ever had. Then I've got gomphrena here. More gomphrena wraps around this way. I have some sea holly starts, some celosia, all through here. And then I have yarrow. And then I have some more yarrow. The rest of this bed is empty all the way down through. I'm saving this for my lemon basil and my purple basil so that I have some fillers for my bouquets. Down here I have more yarrow and some sage, some common sage. I'm going to see about using that for a filler. We'll see how it comes up. And then the rest of this row is all beans. Over here, the potatoes have started to poke their way through. So you can see those coming up. Looks like they're coming up real strong, so excited about that. This row of potatoes looks good. I have yet to see any sign from the Yukon Golds, but give them some time and I think they'll come through. I know they didn't have as big of sprouts, or their eyes weren't as swollen when I had put them in, so I think they're just a little bit slower. They might be a longer day to maturity. Potato. Over here, my Brussels sprouts. And my cabbage. My cabbage, I'm going to come through. I had put diatomaceous earth on that. That one definitely had been hit hard by bugs. The rest of them look like they've been at least trying to make it. But bugs just go after the brassica family. Cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower. Just so easily. So bring that along, help them out. Oh, I thought that was, it's not. There's some kind of bug or caterpillar in there though, because you can see I think it's frass, so caterpillar poop. See, that's in there. I think I lost one Brussels sprout in here somewhere. Don't you know where it is? Spinach. Spinach looks pretty good. That has a little bit of damage. I actually can start picking that. So that's like the perfect height to start picking for baby spinach. Kale, that'll keep growing. Carrots. These ones, I was a little concerned about the carrots making it through the straw and not smothering, but I think they're going to be okay. I think. So, keeping an eye on that, making sure everything's coming through. Some is coming through better than others, but I'll take it. Then I have planted my cucumbers, pickling on that side, and then a straight burpless on this side. Planted two hills of squash and a hill of zucchini. And then I also put my dill in the ground. That one looks pretty good. Well, that one looks great. I really only need one plant, so not overly concerned. That one I don't think is going to make it, but I put it in the ground. We'll see if it takes off. That's everything in the garden. Thanks for coming along for the update. I'm excited to kind of show everyone the progress and watch the garden take off and then be able to look back and see just how much it changes, because it fills in so much. It's hard to believe all this empty space just fills right in, and there's so much production that comes out of it, so much food, to the point where I can barely keep up with it. And I'm excited to see how many bouquets I'm able to make out of it this year. So thanks for coming along. Definitely appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week for another garden tour. P.S. I just wanted to give you a little bird update. It's crazy how much they've feathered up in a week. So these guys have been hatched out for a week, and they already are all covered in their feathers and looking so cute. I don't know how long. I feel like they're going to fall at any moment, but they're still there, so hopefully they make it and can fly away.